Hello, welcome to Biology, the scientific study of life. Basic principles of animal form and function. Diverse forms, common challenges. Animals inhabit almost every part of the biosphere despite their amazing diversity of habitat, form, and function. All animals must solve a common set of problems. Animals as different as hydras, halibut, but humans must obtain oxygen, nourish themselves, excrete waste products, and move. How do animals of diverse evolutionary history and varying complexity solve these general challenges of life? And this chapter introduces the unit by presenting some unifying concepts that apply across the animal kingdom. For example, the comparative study of animals reveals that form and function are closely correlated. Consider the long, thin, tongue-like, as shown in this figure, proboscis of the Sphinx moth. Notice that the extended proboscis is a structural adaptation for feeding, serving as a straw through which the moth can suck nectar from deep within tube-shaped flowers, as shown in this video. Notice that. Analyzing a biological structure such as a phoenix moth's proboscis gives us a clues about what it does and how it functions. Anatomy is the study of the structure of an organism. Physiology is the study of the functions an organism performs. Natural selection can fit structure to function by selection over many generations what work best among the available variations in a population. A feeding sphinx moth also illustrates an animal's need for fuel in the form of chemical energy. We will apply concepts of bioenergetics, how organisms obtain, process, and use their energy resources as another theme throughout our comparative study of animals. One use of an animal's energy resources is to regulate its internal environment. We will begin to explore the concept of homeostasis using the example of body temperature regulation. Physical laws and the environment is constrain animal size and shape. An animal's size and shape features that biologists often call body plans or designs are fundamental aspects of form and function that significantly affect the way an animal interacts with its environment. By using the terms plan and design, here we do not mean to imply that animal body forms are products of conscious invention. The body plan of an animal results from a pattern of development programmed by the genome itself, the products of millions of years of evolution, and the possibilities are not infinite. Physical laws and the need of exchange materials with the environment place certain limits on the range of animal forms. Physical laws and animal form. Imagine seeing a winged serpent several meters long, weighing hundreds of kilograms flying through the air. Fortunately, you won't experience such as a horrifying sight outside a movie. Physical requirement constraint what natural selection can invent, including the size and shape of flying animals, and animal size and shape of mythical dragon could not generate enough lift with its wings to get off the ground. This is just one example of how physical laws, in this case, the physics of flight, limit the evolution of an organism's form. Consider another example, how the laws of hydrodynamics constrains the shapes that are possible for aquatic animals that swim very fast. Water is about thousands times denser than air. Thus, any bump on the body surface that causes drag would impede a swimmer even more than it would a runner or a flyer. Tuna and other fast ray-finned fishes can swim at speeds up to 80 kilometers each hour. Penguins, bears, and aquatic mammals such as dolphins, seals, and whales are also fast swimmers. These animals all have the same streamlined body form, a fusiform shape, which means tapered on both ends. The fact that these speedy swimmers have similar shapes is an example of convergent evolution. Convergence occurs because natural selection shapes similar adaptations when diverse organisms face the same environment challenge, such as resistance of water to fast travel. Exchange with the environment. An animal's size and shape have a direct effect on how an animal exchanges energy and materials with its surroundings. An animal's body has must must allow of its living cells to be bathed in an aqueous medium, a requirement for maintaining the fluid integrity of the plasma membranes. Exchange with the environment occurs as substances dissolved in the aqueous medium diffuse and are transported across the cell's plasma membranes, as shown in this video. A single-celled protist living in water has a sufficient surface area of plasma membrane to service its entire volume of cytoplasm. This surface-to-volume ratio is one of the physical constraints on the size of single-celled protists. In contrast, an animal is composed of numerous cells, each with its own plasma membrane that functions as a loading and unloading platform for a modest volume of cytoplasm. But this organization works only if the cells of the animal have access to a suitable aqueous environment. A hydra, which has a sac-like body plan, has a body wall only 2 cell layers thick because its gastrovascular cavity opens to the exterior, both outer and inner layer of cells are bathed in water. A flat body shape is another design that maximizes exposure to the surrounding medium. For instance, a parasitic tapeworm may be several materials or matters long, but because it's very thin, most of its cells are bathed in the intestinal, as shown this figure. Intestinal fluid of the worm's vertebrate host, the source of nutrients. What is that? Closer look. The source of nutrients, 2 layered sacs and flat-shaped, are designs that put a large surface area in contact with the environment. But these simple forms do not allow much complexity in internal organization. Most animals are more complex and made up of compact masses of cells. Their outer surfaces are relatively small compared with their volumes. As an extreme comparison, the surface to volume ratio of a whale is hundreds of thousands of times smaller than of a water flea, Daphnia. Yet every cell in the whale must be bathed in fluid and have access to oxygen, nutrients, and other resources. Excessively folded or branched internal surfaces facilitate this exchange with the environment in whales and most other animals. Despite the greater challenges of exchange with the environment, complex body forms have distinct benefits. For example, a specialized outer covering can protect against predators. Large muscles can enable rapid movement and internal digestive organs can break down food, gradually controlling the release of stored energy. And because the cell's immediate environment is the internal body fluid, the animal's organ systems can control the composition of this solution, allowing the animal to maintain a relatively stable internal environment while living in a variable external environment. A complex body form is especially well suited for animals living on land where the external environment may be highly variable.